Well, good morning. It's Monday morning. Trust you got to go to church yesterday and hear a good word from God. Amen. It's get to be with other Christians, and as we talked so much about last week of the family of God and being a part of that family and participating in that family. Amen. Well, this is the week before Christmas, and so this week I've decided that we would do our devotions on a word that we use mostly in denominational churches, probably less so in our church, but it's the word Advent. And so we're going to talk about this week because this is a week of Advent. And today I've entitled it, Hope is Born. You know, the world had to be a sad place, Marcia, before Jesus came. Amen. Think about this. What did people have to put their hope in?
Nothing.
You know?
God did, but they didn't know him like we know him.
Yeah. And I want to go to Matthew chapter 12, and I'm going to read it. It's a little bit lengthy, but I'm going to read it because it's very important. But when Jesus knew it, he withdrew from there, and great multitudes followed him, and he healed them all. Yet he warned them not to make him known, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet Isaiah, saying, Behold, my servant, whom I have chosen, my beloved, in whom my soul is well pleased. I will pour my spirit upon him, and he will declare justice to the Gentiles. He will not quarrel or cry out, nor will anyone hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed he will not break, and smoking flax he will not quench, till he sends forth justice to victory. In his name, in his name, Gentiles will trust. Interesting that from the very beginning, Marcia, even though Jesus came first to the Jews, he came for the Gentiles.
Amen.
Aren't you glad? I'm so glad. You know, I'm so glad I'm not Jewish. I'm so glad that he came for the Gentiles as well. The week leading up to Christmas is called Advent. And so what does that word mean? It means a coming or arrival. And we know that God, in John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. And how did he give him? Jesus Christ was coming into this world in flesh, laying aside his sonship, the second person of the Trinity, and coming not as the Son of God, but coming as the Son of Man. It is the arrival of hope in the world, and our hope is Jesus Christ. It's not the president, it's not the economy, it's not how much money we have, it's not the houses, the cars, or anything we have. Our hope has got to be based on Jesus Christ.
Amen. You know, the Advent, it's celebrated by many denominations, are the 4 Sundays prior to Christmas.
Yep.
And each one's assigned a particular theme. Like the first one's hope, first week. Second one is love. The third is joy. And the fourth is peace. Amen. The beautiful part for a spirit-filled believer, though, those are all parts of your fruit of the Spirit.
Yes, it is.
Amen?
Absolutely, Marcia. That's so good. Yes.
And God's already placed those inside of you to share with other people.
Yes.
To give hope, like we're talking about on this particular day. You bring hope when you tell them about Jesus and what he's done for you, and not be ashamed, that he came to earth as a babe, and explained to people why he had to come to earth as a babe. He had to become a man.
Yes, he did.
And grow up as a man. And go through experience the things you and I experience. It's not fair for God to say you can do these things if he never came and showed us how. But Jesus came to show us the way.
He became an example for us, didn't he, Marcia? That wait a minute, in the flesh, you can love God and you can worship God, and you can serve God.
Amen.
And to me, that's the hope. See,
that is.
The enemy always tries to get us focused on our failures. But when we understand that Jesus Christ came as the hope of our life, What can ever dispel that love that brought that hope into the world, Marcia?
Amen.
Nothing can.
I love the statement you put on here. It says, faith treats the future as if it were already accomplished because
Yes.
God has promised. If you lose your hope, you have nothing to build your faith on. Faith is built on what you hope for
Amen.
and the evidence of things not yet seen.
Yes.
Is that not so?
Amen. It is.
And so we've got so much to be hopeful for this Christmas. Not because somebody, Trump got elected president, that does help.
Yeah, sure.
But the hope we're talking about is supernatural hope.
Supernatural hope.
A
Yeah.
supernatural hope in God.
Amen.
That's what we need.
We're going to talk about that this week, and we want you to be hopeful. Amen.
Full of, yeah.
When full of hope,
Full of
put your hope in Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Amen. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye bye.